my heart into something gold. Knew I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your wave right before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go. What I do right now. What I do right now for you, for you. Carolina skies in the night, floating by your side. I fell up when you fell down, but we stayed in flight. I'm laughing to myself, cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do right now. What I do right now for you, for you. I was born like a fire in the eye of a hurricane. Always told, stay in line, be alright, better play it safe. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Fly so high they can't touch us. So top notch, none above us. We done came so far, now we up now. Had a vision, stuck to it, never back down. Never had much, now we own the whole thing. Spread it all around the world, watch it all change. Came alive, now they all see the greatness. Light shine so hard they can't take it.
Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got 'em coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Live until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you wanted, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
bringing
1,
summer to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round. Yo, hold up, let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. I'm divine calling their phone number. Yeah. No, you know I love you. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats. On stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young, black, successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Live until the morning, sleep until the noon.
Yeah.
You said that you wanted, so I got it for
Got it.
you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
bringing
1,
summer to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round again.
Oh, I see the signs and I see we're there. And I feel the lies and I feel the sand. Forever hold, no matter if we cast away. A fire in the dark. I know that you won't be where you will again. I know that Right from the start, I see the end. A world torn apart, but I know we're meant forever hold. No matter if we're cast away, a fire in the dark. I know that you love me when I will again.
No pulse and all alone. Time's not kind and it won't let go. No thoughts left in my head. My mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from a darkness black as the soul in me and the heart I have for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Now you bring, oh you bring me back to life. Bring me to life. No. I stopped to my side, tried to run on a faulty line. I'm safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. Does she bring me back? Not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Oh, you bring me to You bring me to life. It's been the road less traveled all alone.
ESL 1 Road to Rio is brought to you in part by Intel, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GGBet.
These are those moments I don't think anybody else is going to forget.
Good evening to you all, and welcome to ESL 1 Rio, and welcome to, not specifically Rio itself, I mean that's certainly be an achievement at this stage in this current world climate. Welcome to the road to Rio, in fact, on the C stream of action for today, where we have the North American matches going live. FURIA taking on Bad News Bears here for their chance to take some more points in the group stage. I'm the Eternal J, I'm joined by Dwayne on this one. How you doing, my man?
Mate, I'm really good. I'm really keen to see what Bad News Bears are able to bring to the table, because we got to see a fantastic result against Liquid for them the other day.
Indeed we did, yes, you know, a couple of really close upset matches coming in against those guys, and certainly for Bad News Bears, you know, you're hoping that they're going to have a bit of a step up as a result of those games. But as you say, you know, 2-1 in that series, it was still a favour to the Liquid side. And, you know, FURIA still coming off the hype train of the last year or so, still looking to try put some decent games in on the board. This could be a great opportunity for them. I think a lot of people are rating FURIA above the Bad News Bears side as we go to this best of 3. The first map of the day is Inferno. It was picked by the Bears, and they will go straight in and get mowed down. And that's kind of what we were expecting to start things off here. The CT forces ripping apart the Bears. As Yuri and Vinny get themselves 2 picks and 3 picks respectively, and an easy, clean, quick pistol going the way of FURIA.
I must have blinked really slowly there, Jay, because I blinked and the round was over.
Exactly.
That was incredible coming out from FURIA. What a hold coming out to the top of the broken wall at Banana area. And for Bad News Bears, they don't even get a single kill. An absolute slaughter coming out for the FURIA side. And it's only probably going to continue at this point, considering that we won't see any real investment coming out for the Bad News Bears without that bomb plant coming through. A couple of upgraders of the P250s, but that's going to be it, Jay.
Yeah, not the greatest situation in the world, obviously, as you would expect. It should be relatively easily cleaned up by the CT forces. No Kevlar and helmets, so it's just kind of standard Counter-Strike in the first couple of rounds. The pistols could have done a bit more for Bad News Bears, I feel like. But in the end, just the mop-up coming through, and it will also be coming through on this next round here. So with Henny playing very, very close. Case Serato around the corner here to the broken wall. The SMGs are out. The M4s are standing by. The smokes down on the apartments as Henny tries to look on. John G spotted. Burst in. First kill goes his way as expected. Spots the second man and possibly even the third with the bomb. But the crossfire set here for FURIA. They found that opening kill. And it shouldn't be too much resistance posted up by the T's. Indeed not. Case Serato with a 2-man spray down. And Dazzle left alone towards the apartments.
And every kill that FURIA was able to get was with that MP9, so that'll be $3,000 in kill reward being found. But the buy coming out for Bad News Bears on their own map pick. We have seen some, I suppose, iffy results over on Inferno, but it seems to be a map that they're continuously picking. So I'm looking at Dapper. We've seen what he's able to do in that Liquid game. And let's see what the Bad News Bears are going to be able to achieve in round number 3. At the moment, FURIA have done a really good job at trying to deny any kind of nana control so far.
Yeah, it's been very, very easy, I feel like, from the CTs to maintain their presence on this part of the map. You know, they've gotten quite aggressive for it a lot of the time. M4's up. Look at the challenge from Yuri, spraying through on towards John G and Dapper. They do get Art to start, but that's a 4-on-3 game by the FURIA side. Yuri can also get backed up at the passive angle, so the SMG can look for one of the dropped M4s and grab that. If they want to extend further out of Banana, they can get some AKs as well. A great start from FURIA. Bad News Bears are just kind of shut down.
Oh, what an unbelievable start. So aggressive coming out from FURIA. And they're going to rotate the third player over to the A bomb site and possibly play Yuri quite low. Are they? They're going to over-rotate and have no one at the B bomb site. Okay.
It's a big gamble stack. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for that.
Stack.
To me, it seems a bit more... I mean, I would think that they'd go for that if they had some crucial information, but other than those first 2 picks towards Bad News Bears, they haven't seen anything. And the T-side will start to make their way up as a result here. The AK will get picked up by Mitch as he plays backline for Dazzle and PTR. And very careful across the T-side line and will be played up. 38 seconds, and I have to go for that hit in the end. They have smoke towards Cross, and Mitch is setting up his smoke towards Coffins. That will keep K Serato at bay, and Yuri won't have an easy line into the bomb site. So they can secure a bomb plant out of this. For Furia, it's all about getting that retake in. The Incendiary back from K Serato might force them back away from the Coffins plant, but there's a few more options for Dazzle. Plant towards the back of the fountain. Actually, K Serato denies it straight through the smoke. Flash over from Yuri, can still hold on to this. 10 seconds. The bomb still dropped in the open as Mitch goes falling. PTR, the only man left here for the T side. 5 seconds. And Furia with blind kills coming in and securing a third CT round. They should not have won that here.
I'll tell you what, that was a very uncharacteristic over-rotate from Furia. So what they actually do is they set themselves up for a 4-man A-take, and once they see no presence, they rotate 2 players back over to set up for a B retake. So they've got the man advantage, and they're just playing behind the smokes. They're spamming through. They say, yeah, you know, maybe if we get a kill, then good stuff, but we're going to retake as a unit. And K Serato, finding a fantastic kill through the smoke, denies the bomb from going down, and as soon as that happens, bad news bears, they fall apart. Wow, that was an interesting round from Furia. I wonder whether that's like a one-off affair or that's something that might actually continue for them.
I mean, whatever kind of affair it is, it's certainly one that I don't think should have really been given up by the Bears side. So they should have been able to at least get a bomb plant out of that. The retake was where I thought Fury would step up to the fold, but they're planting very open.
Definitely.
I mean, to be fair though, they did manage to force the issue in a lot of cases there. You know, with the Incendiary down towards the Coffins area, that plant was not available for Dazzle.
That's a good point.
Pretty open spaces other than that area, so there's a bit of combination of both from that respect. But again, I do believe the Bad News Bears should have got that bomb plant regardless. So we see the pistols coming out on the eco. They line up for K Serato. He only gets 1 pick though, and Jonji and Dapper chime back for 2 more. Yuri will try and recover the mid position, and he will be successful in that. So low HP for the rest of the T side. Jonji with the bomb on his back. A site is open, so he can secure a bomb plant here. But this will not be a round that he can win.
No, definitely not. This bomb plant's very successful for Bad News Bears. They're able to get 2 picks as well. And again, the aggression coming out from Furia, we see the mid phase to come out. And then as soon as they lose a couple of gunfights, the aggression just continues in the banana area. Jonji, just with the Galil out, 1 versus 3. If he's able to get 1 more kill, that could be big.
Yeah, damage done to the CT economy. On 7 HP, he better catch them in the back. He doesn't see them in the back of the head. Sprays through towards Henny instead. And Henny will take the frag pretty easy there, losing only a minimal amount of HP. The fuse coming in easy as that for Furia. A 4-0 start on the CT side. Sadly, Bad News Bears have been hitting brick walls so far in this matchup. They're going to have another rifle round to come out and try and deny it here. We've got the AWP on PTR now. He was stepping up quite significantly in that Liquid series here, Dwayne. So I kind of want to give a little bit of credence to him doing some damage here for the T side.
Absolutely. We saw him really come alive on that last map of Overpass on the city side. PTR being the IGL and AWP player for Bad News Bears, starting up with the AWP on the T side. 4-0 for Furia. Henny, ooh, that's a miss nade coming out from Jonji, and very light utility from the T side actually forces Furia back really quickly because they had an early 4-man setup to the B bomb side.
Made some flashes coming up multiple from Dapper. Even the B-side presence held away from the Furious squad. A smoke down from Vinny. The Incendiary will also follow suit as well. Will force them back behind the broken wall. Good effort so far from the Furious side, keeping Bad News Bears as far away as they can. The sprays will still come in blind, however, from the T side. Dapper catching 1 against Art. Taking him out with a headshot straight towards him as he pops out from the banana entrance and gets taken out for his trouble. Still 3 CTs here, and with Jonji and Dapper pushing in, they could end up falling down pretty easily indeed. Jonji does fall alongside Dapper in the midst of the smoke. 3-on-3 situation, and Bad News Bears have lost their B-site presence.
Eddie had an opportunity of getting the pick onto Mitch. That might force a rotate out from the T side, and so it does. Straight into the A bomb side. Fantastic pick being found from Mitch. Now they're going to be able to get the bomb plant. Furia might opt against this retake if they're not able to get a kill within the first 10 or 15 seconds.
Fire away, see what they can do, but no, nothing going to be found as the covers back from Bad News Bears will force Furia to save their weapons. The money is not 100% there from the CT, so, you know, best to hold on to these M4s. And actually, the AK has been upgraded too, so even more reason to say for FURIA. Retake that'll be difficult to this A bomb site, so a first on the board for the T side. A good hit as well to make it happen. I mean, Jonji and Dapper playing a very good distraction play over towards that B site. Forced a rotation on 3 players in the end. FURIA were just not quite ready for the actual A hit coming in.
Yeah, unfortunately there for Henny, wasn't able to get that pick onto Mitch. If he was able to get that pick, it would have made that retake a lot easier coming into the A bomb site. But for Bad News Bears, it starts off with some entries over at the banana area. Now, even for FURIA's sake, they had a lot of members there. So I'm wondering whether we're going to continue to see a heavy top banana presence to take control of banana, something that's been working out for them so far, at least. The double orbs coming out from Henny and Art. This is a bit of a change up on the CT side.
Indeed it is, but it's the first double op setup we're seeing so far in this map and this series. Incendiaries and nades to do early damage, but nothing coming in for the likes of FURIA. The return nade from Dapper could be a bit better, and indeed it is, landing directly on Serato for 60 points of health. Mitch, however, might lose his life first. It's Yuri facing out to that bridge area, and Mitch caught completely wide in the open. 11 HP from him on the spray. Serato's taking more damage out towards the B-bomb site press, and Bad News Bears will establish their banana control, potentially execution potential as well. Serato on the low HP though, he's got to grab that AWP and try and contest here from the back lines. The nade is not doing any damage still for the CT forces. It's a minute to go for Bad News Bears, and they do sit to a HP disadvantage, but a lot of map control to work with here.
Yeah, certainly is. Looks like Dapper wants to try and find an entry at the B-bomb side again. Oh, fantastic spray coming into Serato. He's on 1 HP, Jay.
Considering how tagged up he was prior to that spray, I'm not surprised that he got the kill. Vinny and Art backing off towards passive positions, ready with smokes and flashbangs all the same to try and contest that B-side defensive, but A also being challenged by 2. They force the 3rd man out here. That's Serato with the AWP. Going, falling. Mitchell now wrap in with a speedway press. The sandwich play from the T side as Art gets Mitch down to 4 versus 4. Here comes the utility for the execution. 25 seconds and Bad News Bears have pushed into the site entrance. Dad's always still here towards Art. He's being very quiet about this. Trying to expect a rotation. Vinny will get caught off guard as Art will also fall. That's the entire B side swamped by Bad News Bears, and FURIA making their way into banana. Are they going to commit to this retake?
Well, the T-side know that they have to be coming from banana. With Dazzle still being around this lurk in the arch area, they know exactly where the 2 CTs are. This is going to make the retake so much more difficult.
Dapper does go down though, so we stand at 2 versus 2, making it 1. As PTR gets Yuri with the AWP, Penny with an AWP of his own, and no kit either. It's best to look for exits, and he agrees with me. So back out towards the T-spot, not even going to look for those exit kills, so just holding on to the weapon. That'll be a decent crutch into the next round for the CT side. Bad News Bears, though, with their start. 2 rounds to the T side board.
That's a really nice B split coming out from the Bad News Bears. So they get the information on the AWP of Serato in the arch area. But I love that they leave Dazzle. Even though he doesn't really have too much impact on the round, Jay, he gets so much information which allows Bad News Bears to focus all of their attention in the banana area.
All down at that banana push. And the rebuy back from FURIA will look good if weakened. Art with the SMG in particular is the weaker player. AUGs and M4s, of course, out to support the AWP save from Henny. Weapon holding out from the short position over on A. Potentially a challenge from PTR. Now the face, he gets the flick on towards him. Brilliant start for the T side. Art will rotate quicker to the long position. They try and hold off alongside Yuri, but they're covering like 1 lane apiece here against the Bad News Bears.
Now, these are some fantastic entries coming out from the T side. Oh, the very long spray coming through, but he should get traded really quickly. And this round's already over. Again, Bad News Bears. It comes off the start, and it's actually the AWP, not Dapper this time around, that finds the opening kill.
Yeah, I mean, a slow face that kind of surprised me to a certain extent for PTR. I would have thought that holding the angle, Henny would have been able to win that fight, but no. That AWP kill changing the entire course of the round, and Bad News Bears. Now they're making it look simple for the T side. Looks simple from FURIA to start, but they've struggled a little bit here and there. Your third on the way for the T side line at this stage here. Dwake, the FURIA side, just left to save their weapons again, but I don't think they can force the buyout here. They've got third stage loss bonus, so $2,400 going their way, and with some players being particularly low, it probably won't see a force back. Maybe a half buy around this and then go for a full investment in the next round, Dwake?
That's probably the best call. I mean, Vinny and Caserado can drop Fammers, but it's just too much of an investment. So probably just see a light buy around it. Maybe even stack the rifles at one bomb site and keep the pistols at another. Let's have a look what the call is. And no, they're going to split the rifles, actually.
M4 out towards the B site. Art taking first contact with the P250. Jonji standing by. Incendiaries down as standard, looking on towards this site, but nothing will be seen. As Vinny pushing up towards the apartments, he'll catch off Dazzle. Good effective use of the AUG and gets out of dodge as well, not risking the kill against him. So they get away with a scope weapon here for the CT side, and he might peek in towards the second mid face. No, he backs off instead, just trying to keep Bad News Bears at bay for the moment.
That was super aggressive coming out from Vinny. We're seeing some real aggression players coming out from Furia to get some early info. Mitch, going to be able to trade it out. That's a big kill for Bad News Bears to win out.
Mitch moves in towards the pit position. Stuck him on a 4 versus 4. Of course, that AUG out of play in Yuri. So close to the bomb plant box. Just couldn't make it happen against Dapper. The AK spray will win out the fight and most likely secure the bomb plant here. For Art and Caserado, their priorities might be saving the Kevlar and the rifle, obviously. Of course, this was an eco round for the Furious side, so they're not too fussed about losing this one. Might see a tactical pause coming into the next one, though, because, like, you know, they did lose. They did get 4 in a row, and then Bad News Bears have had 4 in the last trot, so I'm not as confident as it initially seemed from that CT side.
And I'm trying to think whether they're going to go for the AWP. Vinny has definitely got enough money to drop it over for Henny, but if Henny buys himself, he's going to be glass cannoning. Furia, at least they hold on. Actually, they're picking up an AK. So that one player that went down from Dazzle, or unless, was that the... No, that was the rifle that they had at the B-bomb site.
I think he picked it up in the apartments, actually.
Oh, so it was the one of the rifles that went down from Bad News Bears then?
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, okay.
Well, either way, it'll be a pickup that will allow a bit extra firepower for the Furious side. And AWP dropped to Henny as well, so Art holding on to that weapon gives them nice big sniper rifle into the 9th round of the half. A tactical pulse called by Furia, as I kind of hoped and called it. Everyone should also be on 4 rifles as well, so this will be a full-blown buy-up. Even Vinny can afford the M4. Going for the AUG instead, all right. Let's see what he can do with it. He did some decency over on the A side defensive. He is looking towards that B side, though, so I want to keep an eye on where he's going. Now Fury are going to play this out. Will they re-aggress? Their aggression has worked relatively well so far in this game. As the rifles, that might be a bit too risky, and Vinny actually plays out towards that B-bomb site as Henny takes the AWP towards A. Backed up by Yuri and looking towards seems to be an apartment space. Nades up against the T side will do a ton of damage. Mitch down low, Dapper and Jonji also pretty low. Art does go tagging to 25 HP, but in terms of the HP advantage, Furia definitely have it.
And for the last couple of rounds, it's been an absolute bloodfest around this banana area in terms of utility damage. But with Furia, even with them doing damage, they just go so passive back to the B-bomb site. They're not trying to contend at all. So talking about the aggression possibly coming out on the city side, definitely not coming out in round number 9.
Very passive in the last few rounds, even for Bad News Bears on their T side setup. They put the initial utility for the defaults in Banana to try to get the damage done. Even Art's going to rotate towards the A-bomb site, and it'll only be Vinny and Caserado, both with max HP, standing by with utility as well. Incendiary will immediately stop the hit from Dapper. The nade actually tagged him to 14, so now he's extremely low and not the right player to be facing first. Caserado can take him, spray on towards his teammate, gets Jonji, potentially a 30, runs out of ammo, but Vinny's there to back him up. 2 good picks from the AUG in the back line, and PTR will get 1 good kill to return, but he's the last man standing. Bomb plant secured, but such a difficult retake post plant for him to fend off. This should be an easy 5th for Furia.
What a round so far coming out from Furia. Caserado should be able to find his 3rd kill of the round, and so he does. Now, you might be looking at that and sort of thinking, well, Bad News Bears weren't able to get really anything. That was just a really strange round again. So they actually isolate Vinny on the side because Quesarado is forced back behind the city smoke. So there's really only one B defender. But Quesarado just pushes through the city smoke while the T's are actually throwing their flashes. And the timing is just absolutely perfect. Quesarado is able to get 2 kills. But not just that, they're pulling the attention away from Vinny.
You see Bad News Bears, how they all turn their attention towards Quesarado. So like you're right on the money with that. Works so perfectly for that CT setup, and they even keep him alive. And the only player that went down was Vinny in the end with the AUG, unfortunately. So the M4 is the only thing you can afford for this next round. But with 2 AKs being saved, a double orb setup that they got for free as well. FURIA are in a much better position thanks to their teammate's sacrifice. So give credit and thanks where it's due for the CT side. And that secondary orb will be played out towards Speedway, interestingly enough. I would have thought they would have played it on the B contact. You know, if they can get that stack position, if they can get that get him boosted on top of the broken ball, then we've got basically full dominion over Banana. At that point, the 4 players can rotate towards the A site. But Art will eventually decide to rotate back towards B with the other 2 players that are already holding it. Bad News Bears, though, no execution. Not a lot coming out in the early round.
No, they're just trying to find some information at this point. They want to try and bait out these AWPs as well. It looks like it is going to be back to the B hit. But the AWP is here from Art, and there's still a fair bit of utility onto Vinny. A smoke and an incendiary. That could be scary if the execution starts to come in at about 30 seconds.
Running out of time here for the Bad News Bears. The AWP of Art a bit preemptive. Spokes in, takes a secondary shot. 3rd time lucky, not against John G. Gets forced down, and Vinny's forced to throw that all-important Molotov. The smoke's coming out, the flashbangs over from PTR. They're going to rotate the main players out. John G will make his way in, catch off Quesarado, turn around the spray towards Art. Henning, meanwhile, towards Shaw, gets himself a double. Vinny ends up with a kill on the B side, and it's a 3 versus 2. FURIA have recovered it. A brilliant sequence, coordination across the map, and Henny landing 3 brilliant shots to a 6th for FURIA.
And you've got to be so annoyed if you're Bad News Bears. How do FURIA not rotate off that A bomb site? Jonji gets 2 massive kills running through the CT smoke at the B bomb site, and FURIA are like, nah, we're going to stay. And that was the perfect call to make. But for Bad News Bears, they did everything right to force the rotation off the A players.
Brilliant stuff posted up for the CT side. And again, when things look very awkward, you know, they're throwing off rotating players towards B. One man got himself 2 frags of that cross area, but holding pretty on that A bomb site, and it all works out for the CTs. Early round, not so much, however, for Art. Nated down to 48 points of health. He still gets aggressive here in the banana position, so he can still play contact. Henning with the other AWP on the long position and just hoping and waiting. Oh, catches John G, but lands the flick to the wall bang. Couldn't connect the secondary shot. No way to get the opening frag for this one here. He did a lot of damage towards John G. That much is at least there, but a bit too twitchy for Mark.
Again, this is going back to passive holds for Bad News Bears. I'm not sure if I'm liking this style of play. I mean, we've seen 4 rounds, 1 from them on the T side, Jade, but with the double orbs in play, I just kind of want to see some quick brackets control or some fast presence to the B bomb side, because at the moment, Bad News Bears are very slow in their defaults.
Flash over, Vinny Boyd's shot takes out John G. It was a Hail Mary spray, and it so happened to be the guy with the least HP on that T side. 30 seconds to the clock, and Bad News Bears have basically committed to the A site here. Short control can be established by the T's. Mitchell set up some smokes in towards the apartments. A flashbang over to catch off players on pit and site. But Yuri's not falling for this. He's hearing all sorts of footsteps. Henny there with the AWPs. Round towards one man in the back. Connects into a second. Knows exactly where the 3rd player is. Vinny takes him out. And a TK that does allow Henny a bit of breathing room for the final frag of the round as we go 7-4 up for the favour of the FURIA side. And Bad News Bears have been smacked back to reality, it seems. They'll call for their 2nd tactical timeout, though. With not a lot of money in the accounts, there won't be much potential for the buy here.
Bad News Bears. I'm not liking how low they're running down the clock. And even with the double AWP presence coming out from FURIA, it's almost like Art isn't really having too much impact. Only got 3 kills at the moment, but it seems like Henny has really been on point hitting these AWP shots and locking things down. But for the Bad News Bears, I'm just surprised that we're seeing such a passive style from them, because when we saw them against Liquid, especially on Nuke and Overpass in particular on the T side, they were running out. They were using their firepower to their advantage. But it looks like against FURIA, they're playing a different style of play than what we've seen from them before.
Style of play that's working better for the CT side, though. Already 3 rounds in the lead. Bad News Bears still have a little bit of way to go, and probably going to extend to a CT half victory for the FURIA side. This quasi-eco round coming out from them. You see Henny already ready to respond to the player over at Boiler. Both orbs on the cross towards mid here. I'm not sure how I like this setup, but with Vinny and Queserato doing such a great job on the B side defensive, I don't think it's too harmful for the FURIA setup. Art will get tagged down early, but he gets that pick. PTR and Dapper are also relatively low on HP. Try and make that push in from Boiler out into towards the A-bomb site as Henny gets himself a kill. Not quite a second. Yuri's there to back it up though. 2 frags to his name. And Art there to the ending frag on the long position. 8 rounds for FURIA. Indeed, they do take that CT half.
Yeah, Bad News Bears don't have enough money for that AWP. If they were potentially able to get a bomb plant, we might have seen an investment from PTR. 8-4. FURIA not looking comfortable, I want to say, but the rounds that they're winning, at least, it's looking strong in their defense.
The Rifles to come up here for a contention on the Bad News Bears side. See if the defense can hold off against this. But no AWP to PTR. You know, he was great at getting some of those entry frags in this matchup, but so far been a bit quiet in this half. Look at Art. Look at how aggressive he is in the apartments. Mitch had no idea what he was facing. Orb connects that kill immediately. He used to hold the apartments as well with the incendiary. Finally gets them back out into passive positions. They can hold the A-bomb side, but perfect timing from Bad News Bears. They're flashing in towards Banana. They might want to set up towards B.
Re-smoke from Queserato. And look at the rotate already coming. Oh, it looked like actually Yuri wanted to rotate over to the B bomb site. Bad News Bears with 4 players together. And Queserato is very close to this smoke. Perfect re-smoke coming out for Vinny. The only thing with that, though, is that there's not really too much util at this B bomb site. They do have an incendiary grenade, but look, there's pressure coming through for Queserato. How does he even find that kill?
How does he even get to that position? Look at Vinny as well. Headshot towards PTR, and Dapper also falls low HP in the midst of the smoke. I don't know how FURIA allowed that. Again, how was Queserato allowed to get that aggressive into the T-side line, get a pick, and flick back around 180 to a second? Like, that is some nut CT stuff that in any other scenario, I don't think FURIA could be able to pull off.
Yeah, look, FURIA are making some questionable plays, but they're working, and that's the big thing at the moment, is that they're up 9-4, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. FURIA, we've seen the aggression in the early round on the CT side, and we're even seeing the aggression once the executes start to come in.
You're banning these Bears for the setup here towards Banana. Dazzle damaged out already. Mitch will go falling towards Henny. Didn't even need his AWP for that frag. The quick hit comes out from the pistols. They do get ripped apart by Molotovs and M4s. PTR back up against Queserato. Will take a frag. Dazzle with his Deagle. I'm going to isolate the player in the back lines. Vinny, he takes that spray in as Argus the Molotov kill credit. The bomb has been dropped today. 1-on-3 for Dazzle. AK picked up. And in the end, just way too many CTs to face. Way too many trade potential opportunities, I should say, for the FURIA side. He'll grab that bomb. If he can get Art, he might force a plant, but towards the back first. Expecting players to push forward. Art spraying through. AWP of Henny. It's firing away now. They know that they've got them in their sights.
And they just want to make sure that this bomb doesn't go down. The flashbang is absolutely perfect. Yuri swings out. Is he got 16 kills and 5 deaths? Wow, Yuri's been stepping up, and we haven't really even been talking about Yuri. It's as if he just keeps finding kills, but we haven't noticed the star potential, I suppose, at least in this first half from him.
Well, for me, like, most of the major impact frags and the big sort of clutch plays have been coming in from Vinny and Henny. I mean, obviously, Yuri's still doing a great job, but, like, they're the ones that are taking front and center in these rounds. You know, Vinny with his stellar B-side defensive, and Henny with his AWPing skill, holding out the short position so easily. They might get contested for this, though. Look at Art going down towards the nade and the spray from John G. And still, Queserato sits ready and waiting. Art just getting baited out initially. Yuri's going to grab that secondary AWP. Dropped in at the CT spawn. So if we can add more kills to the kill count here. But Bad News Bears, after getting that opening pick, fall back a bit passive. Not going to concede one back. Queserato, however, contest that, takes the spray towards 2. Only gets 1 frag, but Dapper's pinned in the corner. Vinny is going to let him go, or maybe not. Re-peek back in past the stack. Or coming up with a shot. He connects the headshot. We're back to evens.
And unfortunately, there's no A-side defenders coming out for FURIA. Bad News Bears have been able to open up the bomb site. Moto Smoke being thrown down as well from PTR. And Bad News Bears, they still want to clear out the site, which is at least allowing a bit more time for FURIA to get the retake on. Bomb's still not yet planted. They just going to try and boost the AWP up? No, they're not.
To get that bomb to the side, plant down, nips the end of the smoke, catching Yuri, and Vinny is sitting somewhere in it. It will go down to the hands of Dazzle in the end. 10-5 to close out the half to the favour of FURIA. Bad News Bears do recover towards the end, but not the kind of T side they would have wanted here. We'll go to a break and find out if they can turn it around on the CT side. Do not go anywhere.
Show you, so I came a little closer. You said I'll show you how to love you, how to love you. Come a little closer, tell me which way I gotta go. Here and I can show you, show me everything I need to know. Came a little closer, tell me which way I gotta go. Show you how to love you. Turn my heart into something gold. No, I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your way right before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go. I'm laughing to myself, cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do right now. What I do right now for you, for you.
Well, FURIA have had a fantastic start here on the first map of the series, and Bad News Bears will need to turn it around if they want their map pick to go their way. 10-5, if you're just joining us, favour to the FURIA side as they go to the T side half. Look at Vinny getting immediately aggressive into the Banana Rush. 2 players for the Crossfire. Jonji's completely flashed, as is Dapper. He still picks up with a P2K. The Julies are up. They transfer towards 2. Even 3 kills for Dapper. Massive frags being posted as Dazzle comes in from mid to finish the job on the B side defensive. Bad News Bears pulling out a FURIA for the pistol round.
Damn, okay. We've actually seen in the last couple of months that the dualies have come up a little bit more than normal in the pistol rounds, and Dapper has a fantastic round. And that was almost the exact same strategy of what we saw in the first pistol round of this map. FURIA just try and rush into that B bomb side, and they get slaughtered.
What a big round of fine, especially the Julies, man. That was some amazing Julie play. You don't see it too often. Some players have it as their trademark pistol weapon, but that was insane from PTR. And FURIA down to the eco immediately. Not going to take the heavy investment. They want to go for rifles early here, and they'll get them out. The flash is in towards the banana position. We're actually trying to overwhelm the likes of Jonji. The SMG does form it. There's one more in position also to clean it up. That's Dapper. 2 frags, making it 3 all in all. Nice and effective there as 7 goes on the board for the Bad News Bears. FURIA, however, in with a chance to buy.
And there it is. Straight away, the full investment coming up for FURIA. Not a lot of utility. So I can almost expect a lot of dry peaks coming out from FURIA, a lot of individual jewels trying to go their way. Now, what might be a bit more of a success, at least, other than the AKs coming up for FURIA, but look at how many MP9s are still in the playing field for the City side.
Yeah, SMG is out for the CTs. Bad News Bears going to try to get value out of these weapons. If they can win this round, that would be great. But the likelihood is still pretty low. I say that, and Mitch still gets a peek in on Art and takes him down. Blind through the midst of the smoke. That's already a frag found by the Bad News Bears. FURIA down a man already. They weren't expecting that. I don't even think the Bad News Bears were expecting that. But Mitch will stand by, ready to receive the incoming T-side forces. Dapper will get spotted. Yuri faces up the flower bomb. Who's Dapper goes falling, as does Mitch eventually to the hands of Yuri. Dazzle next up on quad. Evades the flashbang. Gets Vinny. Spots Yuri next, and he'll just get tagged up to 3-on-3. SMG from PTR rounds the corner. Gets 1 and 2. SMGs could do all the damage. You worried about the MP9s, but they fouled most of the frags here.
Oh, what a beautiful round coming out from Bad News Bears. And FURIA, it looks like they wanted to try and contest the brackets area, but the MP9s in close range were able to do so much damage. And K Serato, 1 versus 3, AK in hand. And at least there's only 1 defender at the B bomb site. This is Jonji.
They're just back behind the new boxes as K Serato smoke down towards cross, flash into the site. Jonji is evading. Oh, he's got his knife out. Eventually return to the SMG. But not hearing the man come forward. Let's check that first box in the NK Serato. A known entity, and he jumps around the corner, gets that kill, gets that AK. 3 AK save for Bad News Bears, and the SMGs don't matter for anything anymore because when you get the kills and find those weapons, that is a massive value gain by the CT side.
Oh, that is a beautiful round coming out from Bad News Bears, and the amount of kills that those MP9s and damage was able to do makes big work to the economy game. Now, going to be interesting whether they go for an AWP in the next round on PTR. They've definitely got the money for it. And for FURIA's sake, a bomb plan and maybe a couple of kills is what they're at least trying to expect, Jane?
Might be best case scenario given the investment. Down to 1.4k at worst, so mostly relying on the max loss bonus that will come their way in the next round. John G waits ready, takes his throw on towards 2, does not get the kills for it, but does get forced back into sandbags and knows that the T side are coming in. Blind shot against Art, it's good enough, but they do overwhelm Dapper here, so John G might be in a bit of an awkward position. 2 rifles to get picked up on a post plant. The CTs could be in trouble, actually. Bomb plant for Henny, and now the man advantage sits to the favor of FURIA.
Yeah, 2 AKs picked up for FURIA, and for Bad News Bears, no one's coming in for this banana presence. It's all coming in from the CT cutoff. Henny, super aggressive and even does a little bit of damage.
The fact he got those shots might make the difference here. The nade can't even take him out. They tap through and continue to try face the cross. They're running out of time. They've got kits on all 3 players. The Bad News Bears have got time to work with, but FURIA have so much presence. They've got to break in soon. Mitch will go down. AK can't turn around towards Dazzle, but K-Serato there to respond. Henny looking out towards Cross, going to grab that second AK. A third one could also be in their hands, but I don't think they'll get their hands on it. Regardless, they have won an eco. FURIA had no right to win it, but they just did.
That is such a big round from FURIA. And for Bad News Bears, they've got to be kicking themselves, right? Because they were in a good position to get the AWPs out on PTR in the next round, which they are. But that was a round that was kind of just thrown away. FURIA did a fantastic job of taking down the first B defender of Dapper and Jonji. I mean, he died to a fantastic shot from Yuri, but the retake just not being successful on the CT side.
Bad News Bears took their time with that one. They got a little bit scared facing the man advantage of FURIA. And to their credit, it is a man advantage on the B bomb site defense. So, you know.
Yeah.
That's always, you know, everyone talks about how difficult it is. So to have that little bit of fear, knowing that they've also got 2 rifles. Very little information on how much damage has been done and where those rifles are set up towards. The best you can do is only so much for Bad News Bears. Even so, though, great play from FURIA to get themselves back in the game at 11-8 on the T-side board. And nade damage will already return to more against Jonji. They're going fast in towards B once again. 2 players to set up against the defensive. Jonji down towards the blind. Vinny does get traded back by Dapper, though. The M4 spray past Coffins, can't get any more kills. Just damage done, the plant will be secured. But Bad News Bears in a much better position for this retake.
But look at the utility. There's still 2 more smokes of FURIA, so they can deny so much more time on this retake to come through. FURIA, they've set them up themselves in a really nice position. Bad News Bears. Oh my, the spam? What?
Oh, he gets Dazzle as well, Henny! To be fair, the CTs were asking him for it, but more blind shots against PTR. Tags up to 68. And backline of the site, Henny will look for even more, but Dapper's considering to rotate out. The 5-7 from Mitch might get something. PTR getting a good kill, 3 versus 2. 2 players left. Mitch has got him down to a 2 versus 1, and the last player goes falling. The defuse is not on Mitch, though, and he's got to fall away. PTR need to get close up, and in the end, while FURIA will lose all 5 of their players, they will not be able to... they will lose all 5 of their players. They will be able to secure the round, though.
Oh my goodness, if Mitch would have had a kit, then that would have definitely been doable. Now, unfortunately so what PTR does is he's pretty much almost committing to the save at this point, but Mitch stays around, and with him getting 2 kills, PTR's like, right, we're going for this. And unfortunately, they go for it with just too little time left on the clock. The FURIA finding their 12th, and the buy from Bad News Bears, it is going to be a difficult one to work with.
Yeah, that AK and AWP even getting them into a decent position to begin with. They lost those weapons, and that would have been a disaster round. Even if they had taken all 5 FURIA players out. AK's round the corner. Art sees nothing past the flash. Just Mitch with a smoke to control up here into the mid position. Try and stop them from making their way in. It's in the area back from Jonji with a flash over, and the SMG looks up for T side presence. We'll see Art in that corner. Nades back to do more damage. Bad News Bears, though. Art to take the first face. Oh, they get the kill. Nicely done. On with their own, the SMG of Jonji comes in, finds 2 frags. Got Henny still to deal with. A smoke prematurely fired, and with nothing to defend himself, it's back to a 3-on-3 for FURIA.
And even with getting 2 picks of banana for FURIA, they don't even aggress straight into the B bomb site. They're still trying to weigh out this default. And over at the B bomb site is just as with that P250. So you'd have to think if FURIA are going to make their attack to B and the bomb goes down, that they have to kind of just save onto this AWP and AK.
Dazzle alone, the SMGs. Oh my goodness, 1 HP.
1 HP.
Any one of those bullets had gone better for Yuri, that would have been a frag, but Dazzle's allowed to stay alive on the bomb site. 17 seconds, they've got to make their way in now. They can't afford to rotate, they can't have time to rotate towards A. As Yuri desperately looks for this kill, PTR drops that bomb partner. Yuri got a swing, get a frag, he's blind! And he gets the quick scope on him! It's all to Vinny, he hasn't got time for this. Dazzle's going to hunt for the frag, and he gets it as well. FURIA are a bit too tentative to make their way into the site, and that'll give 9 to the CT side.
That shot from PTR, that is honestly incredible. So what happens there for FURIA is they're in a 3 versus 3 and they leave a late lurker of Vinny, but unfortunately he doesn't really get any information. He's not able to catch off any of the rotates. So they actually just waste so much time in that lurk play from Vinny that they run out of time pretty much going to the B bomb site. And that round for PTR was just absolutely phenomenal. The flashbang just being a little bit too late, but the aggression's going to come out to Banana again.
It's up, Mac 10s from Art takes out John G. 59 points of HP, wrap around against Dapper next. There's a secondary kill, third spray on towards PTR, not quite going to work out for him. The smokes come up and they can cross still here towards the B site. They could get another eco half by round out of this. Nade on towards the bomb site, but the bomb plant's not going to be secured towards Coffins. M4 recovered by Dazzle. The plant yet to be coming in here. FURIA will finally get Yuri onto that Coffins position, but not secure the bomb just yet. 4 on 3, FURIA have the man advantage. They got a rifle to work with. Need to find a bit more against the CT forces.
Yuri, does he fake the bomb plant again? He does. I'm trying to see if they can make any movement on the CT side, but Bad News Bears playing pretty passive on the retake.
Finally starting to come in from the Coffins, cross the Deagle from Henny. Looking out for Mitch. Backs are turned to him though, past the broken wall. Mitch moves in. Henny might not be ready for this. His back is turned. Deagle shot. Headshot back from Mitch. Position given up and back to a 3 versus 3 will go. 2 players to line up as well. Dazzle will get a kill of his own right. Case Serato in the backside. Now here with 1 frag, but no more than that. The incendiary to force him out. Dazzle will get the kill before it lands. And Bad News Bears will secure a much better retake here against the FURIA side. So we go double digits for both sides and within 2 rounds of the lead for BNB. Their T side could have been something to write off, but this CT side has gone much better. And FURIA only getting 2 rounds so far in the second half.
Yeah, FURIA have definitely struggled to get some momentum going in this second half. Bad News Bears, again, nice retake coming out to the B bomb site. And it kind of comes down to that play from Mitch in the backlines. Unfortunately for Henny, getting unlucky with the timing, sees absolutely no info at Banana and kind of gives up on that position. And round 23, Bad News Bears, an opportunity to reset the economy from FURIA again. The AWP is coming out for both sides.
Art got his towards mid, and PTR is going to take his face out of the short position on the defensive. See him there with quad control alongside the AK of Dazzle. It's just utility sets in the early round for the FURIA side, though. Bad News Bears kind of holding their positions and playing passive contact as well. I think the first time we've seen a 4-1 split from a CT defensive to favour the A bomb site, leaving it all on Dapper really to rotate out of Coffins and call for backup as it comes. Still a minute to go to the clock for the moment here, Dweg. Flash over from Henny. Yuri will be allowed to peek, peeking in, taking down the likes of Mitch. A spray back on towards PTR. Will also go forward towards Vinny's hard. Henny getting John G, but not getting rid of Dazzle here. Still held back behind the smokes. Will contest the A bomb site and actually might siphon off the bomb from his backup. No, Art takes him down, and so Dapper is left alone. And it's very, very weird to see players just walk in towards a 4-man stack towards A and actually just get all the kills, almost completely uncontested by Bad News Bears.
I was just going to mention that. That's incredible for FURIA to run into a stack and pretty much have no casualties. Henny's the only player that goes down. Yuri takes damage. But the entries were so nice. So we actually see a player self-boosted into the flower pots position. He goes down first. And FURIA just wait. And Bad News Bears, they're the ones that actually aggress to try and find the frags back. And the NWP just holding down the line, catches off Dazzle, and Dapper's like, well, I'm at big bomb site, and you guys have all just fallen.
Is Dapper being left a little bit upset in that respect, you know, just to...
Yeah.
be abandoned by his teammates in that B site, and unfortunately, again, the main point for him being there is to call for backup and stay alive in the B site play, and it relies heavily on the A site defensive being, you know, good, really good in a lot of cases, because if FURIA made their way in, then you should be able to hold off against all those players, but Bad News Bears unable to do that here. They will call for a tactical as the momentum kicks back in for FURIA here. And a third of this map for the Bad News Bears side, and their CT side has had its momentum going, but they can't let it get shut down here on only the first stage, a loss bonus for the CT side. Not a lot of money in the bank account. The force buy should come in for them against FURIA, though. That could lead to match point, or map point, I should say, be more specific.
Yeah, it definitely could do, but we've seen before what Bad News Bears have been able to perform with these kind of half-buy eco rounds. So let's see what they're able to do with the complete force buy to come out. And single M4 for Mars and a couple of MP9s to work with. Bad News Bears, they just need one round to really get that momentum going, because so far it's been a pretty good second half for them.
Indeed it has. The SMGs, the M4s, the FAMAS is out for Mitch. A very important round to win for the Bad News Bears here, to say the least, for these guys. FURIA.
One player on A.
Pushing in very aggressive from the CT force, and the second player will come in eventually for Mitch. Doing it all on Dapper there. A lot of banana aggression coming in from Bad News Bears. They're actually going to push FURIA completely out of it. They won't be allowed the B site option unless they force the issue, but we're seeing how well they've done that so far on the A site offensive. They might still catch off John G. Indeed, Henny takes him down as the over-aggression from the CT side is punished.
And they're just waiting for it to continue. Just a single flashbang for the T side should just completely blind the CT members. FURIA out trying to make their way in, and PTR getting one kill. There is a TK, but all in all, they still hold on to that man advantage. They can get a smoke down for the cross. And Bad News Bears, they have to go for the retake.
At this point, you might as well. You've got an eco in the next round anyway. Dapper going to look for one of the AKs. Drop, can't quite find it. He does pick it up in the end. He's the crucial man of the retake as well. He's the player with the kit. The smoke's coming in, the nades up as standard. Got a Molotov as well, which he will use. Marcin from Mitch out towards the cross position. Going to check out the new boxes, but not see Yuri. Now the step in from Daps will give up his position. In case we're getting all this information. He's the low HP player in the moment here. The spray is coming in from the smokes. Swing out. Yuri will catch off both players. Take down the first man. Knows that Mitch is close and gets the double kill of his own right. 3 frags to his name. FURIA do lose 3 players, but they've got money to reinvest in for the rest of the half, assuming it goes on for the next couple of rounds. And Bad News Bears with a decision to make. Do they take the buy? Do they try and force overtime, or do they stop FURIA from getting to 15?
Okay, so something that quite a few people might have missed actually in that last round. What happens is there's actually a T body that falls on top of the old car position at the broken wall, and that actually blocks the lineup from Dapper. So he tries to throw the new box molly, and that's where Yuri was behind. But that molly doesn't actually land, which meant Yuri stayed in that position. And I'm not sure if Bad News Bears realized once they pushed in that molly had failed. But that's just one thing, that small little, I suppose, consistency with CSGO sometimes with models being in just weird positions when they kill them, when they're dead, means that the molly is actually blocked in the position.
A weird phenomenon. I'm not sure how intentional that was, and certainly it probably did affect the round for the Bad News Bears. But it was a force buy round. I'm sure they weren't expecting to win it by any stretch of the imagination. They're also not expecting to win this round either. It is full eco. We've got Jonji with the Zeus. Couldn't land it on R. He tried his best, but not to be. And B site is already opened up here. They can just walk straight in with a bomb plant. PTR! Both players being blind there in the bedroom. But Vinny and Henny will gain control. Dapper left alone on towards CT Spawner Speedway. And FURIA have overwhelmed as expected the Bad News Bears side. But again, they're playing for overtime. It's the rifle round in the next one that will be the most important. We should see the plant coming in. Maybe Dapper will throw himself at the site, see if he can go for the hero USP play. But with the 1 versus 5, that's not going to happen. Map point for FURIA on Bad News Bears pick. And now the fight for survival begins.
And this is now 3 rounds in a row for FURIA. PTR buying up the AWP. And Glass Cannon as well. again, you just compare the buys between the two sides, and for the last maybe 3 or 4 rounds, even in the gun rounds, Jay, they just haven't been comparable. We've always seen a FAMAS or some sort of SMG and light utility coming out for the CTs.
Can make all the difference in the world. Nades up from Jonji, trying to do early damage like they have done pretty consistently so far here on the CT defensive. In case Serato boosted up to get those 2 picks. Vinny is traded back, but that's a 2-for-1 all in all, favourable to the T side line. You must imagine this match is teetering on the edge. A 4-on-3 situation. Mitch tanking a nade straight to the face. Does return some damage towards Art. He's on 7, so all in all the HP advantage does sit to the favour of the CT side. With Henny down on 9 as well, this could be a chance, but Mitch goes falling, leaving PTR and Dazzle as the last 2 players here for the retake to egg.
That's going to be such a difficult retake to come through. Okay, Serato, though, is going to fall down, and the bomb's actually decided to be faked rather than planted.
And that will cost them as PTR gets a secondary kill. We're in a 2 versus 2. Henny dead and buried, and the bomb in CT control as well. Dazzle looking up against Art, the low HP, eventually comes to succumb to him, and FURIA have only 1 man. It's only Yuri. It's a 1v2 to get this bomb site, to get this bomb plant, to get this round, most importantly here. Molotov to the back site, he is left alone. Dazzle will get forced off position here in the short and second area. AWP, PTR hearing those footsteps. Dazzle heard it too. Peeks in, sprays awkwardly, does get the headshot. And Bad News Bears do just hold on. Couple of mistakes from FURIA though, giving that round back to the CT side.
And for FURIA, I think they were trying to maybe mind game Bad News Bears a little bit. They actually fake out the bomb rather than just getting it planted and try and force the CTs out into the open. And then delaying the bomb from actually going down allows Bad News Bears to get in a really good position. PTR hitting some fantastic shots. And the 2 versus 4 retake comes out on the CT side. What a round coming out for Bad News Bears.
Damage has been sustained, however, by the CT side. So we're still seeing the FAMAS and SMG coming in. Dapper and Mitch in the worst positions, but still putting the nades on. The return back from the T side, though. Dapper catches Case Serato. The timing couldn't be worse for this lone T side man. And the headshot comes in. The CTs gain the man advantage for the Bad News Bears. So where do they go from here? FURIA have had a couple of moments where they have turned this situation around. But for the most part, BNB have found the rounds as a result of their efforts. But 2 players on the B side to defend it has been Jonji and Dapper. A bit hit and miss with the defense. The SMG won't prove to be all the favourable. As Vinny takes 1, Jonji gets a trade. And Yuri keeps the spray going to a 3-on-3. The plant can be secured, and Bad News Bears, of course, have got to go for the retake.
And we've seen some successful retakes coming out before on the CT side. PTR with the AWP. There is still a fair bit of utility, but that's a big fight being won from Henny.
Man advantage going back to FURIA. Mitch trades it. Or battle is won out by Henny, so it's all to Dazzle. Coming in from the banana area. Smokes in, flashes over. Dazzle will move up, looking towards the back line. Knows that Henny's there somewhere. The Molotov actually coming in towards Blue Boxes. He knows exactly where he is. Of course, the face, he gets Vinny, and Henny's burning. 59-24, dead and buried. Where's the kit? Dazzle's got to get it. He's got to get on site. Is this going to be it? Has he got control? I think he's got the defuse. He's got it. Dazzle's got it. A 1 versus 2 to keep Bad News Bears alive, but for a moment you thought FURIA had this one.
Oh my goodness, we are seeing some rounds that FURIA should have been able to convert, but Bad News Bears, 2 in a row, 2 fantastic rounds in a row for them. Oh, and you'd have to think the pressure that's on Dazzle for their own map pick to be up against map points since 15-10. And every single round that they're winning, Jay, it's just more hope going into the bank of Bad News Bears.
They're still struggling. The rounds have been closed from FURIA, and the economy has been limited, with 4 spies coming in continuously from this T side. Bad News Bears, we need a confident one to break them and get a free one out on the eco. The bomb plant's also propping up the T side at this stage. The sprays in from Yuri and Case Serato. 2-for-1 trade does come in from Jonji. The SMG taps up the P2K, also grabbing an AK for his trouble. Potentially a blind shot against Art. He's got himself 3 frags. Jonji with the banana control, doing all the work for Bad News Bears here.
2v3 from FURIA. Things are in a great position at the moment for the CTs. He's going to be able to recover the bomb. Now, there is a single member over to the B-bomb site of Dazzle, and look at the utility. They've only got a Molotov and a flashbang to work with on the T side. Now, if they can take down the B defender of Dazzle without losing any players, then it's going to be a difficult retake again from Bad News Bears. Where do they go from here?
Surely the B bomb side must be the play.
Yeah. I like that they actually make that jump silently, otherwise that gives up a lot of information.
Dazzle will be standing by. Unbeknownst to him, the hit's coming out. The smoke goes down towards the entry stairs. The Molotovs towards the back site, and he'll stack himself up. We've got PTR coming in to support with the AWP on cross. 30 seconds. Vinny going to make his way up. The spray does come through. They take down one, and he drops that bomb, though. Re-peeking from Vinny. It's all to him to clutch this in a 1-on-2. He will catch PTR. He doesn't know where Mitch is, though, and can secure a plant. Actually forcing the peek in from Mitch. The spray comes through, and it's 3 frags for Vinny to get themselves a 16-12 for the FURIA side. They do secure Inferno by the skin of their teeth here, Dweg. Bad News Bears on a comeback, though. You could have thought that for a minute they might have just secured that that overtime.
Yeah, look, for Bad News Bears, Jay, it almost seemed like once the synchronization started to come out, it was a little bit too late. For FURIA to get 10 rounds in that first half was just way too many. And for Bad News Bears, they tried to bring it back the best that they can, but unfortunately, they're not going to be able to take out map number 1.
No, that is Inferno, the pick of the Bears, going away from the Mirage is the second one. Notoriously strong for FURIA. We'll go to a break and see whether this map upset can come through from BNB. It'll be a tough slog, but it's up after this.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Last year, we took 2 lucky winners on a trip to Berlin and gave them the experience of a lifetime. This year, we can take you for a trip to Rio. Take part in a series of GG.bet contests for a chance to win awesome prizes and a trip to Rio. See details on the website.
I was running road so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Yeah. And we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the life, for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought, found no happiness in that brand new car, or the house you bought. I see you talking about the love you lost, and it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, I took my time, no quick ones, quick run, quick gas to get back there. Hot roads, I didn't think I'd come back fierce, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances. It's easy, it's hard to preach, cause I've been burning trees and watching fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure, fishing a little wildlife. And when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost hope and I checked it. Hard roads, I didn't think I'd come back fast, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances. Been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road, and you won't even get it. Been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road. I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances. Yes, I was running. I know. I know.
Look into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time. In the towers, looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Into my past and I count the numbers of the dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need Stay up all night, and I take it all, nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said then you better use it. Tell yourself day after day it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you want it to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh.
Welcome back to the ESL 1 Road to Rio. We're into map 2 between Bad News Bears and Fury. If you missed map 1, I recommend going back and watching it actually, because Bad News Bears got within a few rounds of taking us to overtime after a 10-5 half as well, Dwayne. There was points where I thought they were down and out, but they still managed to step up to the plate. Unfortunately, couldn't close it out, and that was their map pick as well. Mirage is our second map, and I'll be honest, I don't have good sort of, you know, good juju around Bad News Bears winning this one here.
Oh, I definitely don't either. I'm going to be straight up. You have a look for some of the results coming out from FURIA. Now, these results, Jay, have been the last 6 weeks, not even 3 months, 6 weeks. 16-11. This is just on Mirage. 16-11 versus Envy. 16-13 versus Liquid. 16-8 against MIBR. 16-8 against EG. 16-4 against 100 Thieves. 16-14 to MIBR and 16-9 from Envy. 8-map win streak on Mirage in the last 6 weeks.
It's been mad.
Top teams. It really is mad.
Like, if there's one map that you would say was the strongest for FURIA, it's got to be this one, right? Like, you know...
100%, yeah.
Like, how on earth do you fight against this if you're Bad News Bears, who aren't terrible on it, but they also haven't taken on the same sort of level of teams as FURIA had, and had such a great sort of, like, win streak on it. In fact, the last time they took on, a team they took on was Liquid the other day. And you can see FURIA taking us to basics for the pistol round. That was a loss for the Bad News Bears, by the way, even though it was close. For FURIA, I don't think the same result will be replicated. I think this might be a bit of a stomper as we go to our first round. Bad News Bears will choose to start on CT side as expected. Let's see if they can get some sort of control here. Bomb plant to be secure for the pistol. 5v5 retake.
And Bad News Bears setting themselves up for a nice retake so far. Still got a little bit of util of that smoke onto Dazzle, but a follow-up flashbang into CT.
John G facing up with backup behind him. He will get Yuri for a decent frag. Dapper and Dazzle will take point for the up CT stairs phase. And Vinny and Henny waiting back, seeing Dazzle tagging up. The smokes go down. Mitch comes in from Palace. No one saw that coming, not even us. The kills coming in for the CT side. K Serrano's last man standing. He'll get himself 2 kills, but no more than that. PTR shuts again, gets the defuse in as well. And that'll be Bad News Bears with a nice pistol retake to claim the first of the CT side.
Oh, what a start coming out from Bad News Bears on Mirage. They're a really nice retake. So they actually just play a 5-on-5 retake. Very passive in the CT front. They allow FURIA to keep using that utility of the flashbangs. Then they swing out. Mitch has a fantastic Palace lurk from rotating off from the B bomb site. And for Bad News Bears, you could not have asked for a better start, but just look at the bar from FURIA. They get that bomb plant, and straight away they're into the 3 AK setup.
Not surprising as well. They've loved these AKs for the longest time in the world, but it's Vinny getting the Deagle down, spotting the second man, gets Dapper as well. 2 frags traded back by Dazzle towards Connector. Henny's going to deal with him for another Deagle kill. AK's recovered and everything. For Mars is all that remained for Bad News Bears. It's a 4v2 for FURIA.
And they know where Jonji as well. Gonna take him down. Mitch, the last one left. 1v4. At least is able to take 1 kill onto Vinny, but FURIA, what a turnaround. And Mitch has got a lot to do, Jay.
That's saying the least right here, Blake. Like, they've all got AKs. Henny's the only player without Kevlar. Art is pretty tagged up, sure, but he's gonna take first face and win the fight with a simple headshot. That is decimation from the FURIA side, and all down to the Deagles for the most part. Beautiful picks to start things off, and it just spiraled out of control so quickly for the FURIA side.
Damn, that was fantastic. We saw some beautiful entries coming out from Vinny. 2 kills in that window room area with the Deagle. Henny follows up with his own Deagle, and then the AKs just finish off the job. Bad News Bears. Oh, that's such a difficult round to lose, because now they're on the force fight and they're up against full rifles coming out from FURIA.
These rifles going to make light work of the CT side, much like the pistols did. Yuri with a bit of a jump face, may have only almost given up his frag, but in the end he gets Dapper down to close out a nice clean round for the FURIA squad. 2-1 on the board. The Bad News Bears now down to the basic pistols on the force buy. They did not get anything done. And honestly, that pistol was great from BNB. You know, the anti-eco could have gone a little bit better, but I think those last 2 rounds really... I think they sort of set us up for the pacing for the FURIA side and how well they're going to play for this one, because, you know, they predicted Bad News Bears positioning so well. They know exactly how to deal with these positions and situations, winning out the frags, going into the right positions, and the mid control established every single round. Bad News Bears aren't even going to challenge for it here in round 4.
And this is a signature art play of just making fast control into the short face. He does get taken down low, but that was something I even remember back maybe late 2018 that people got really surprised about with Art, was these fast mid-takes coming out from FURIA and Art just getting into the short position. And I'll tell you what, they've done a fantastic job of finding kills through smoke.
But to me, all that says is that Bad News Bears are playing predictably against Furia. You know, that they've played this map so much. Yeah. You know, they've played this map so much, they know the common standing positions for a CT side. They know exactly where they can aim. Like, you know, you'd need to know where the danger box sort of ends if you're going to tap through that smoke and get the Bad News Bears pinned up. Because it's not like he went for, like, wallbang shots. He was actually playing a bit of an open position. That's where the bomb plant would go down if you're planting open towards ramps. So that with the kills also towards mid, the facing up with the Deagles, suggests to me that Furia have got a great read on what Bad News Bears are doing, and they're going to continue to punish it. Is this a flash rush out from ramp? It is. Dapper's not even watching this position. He's trying to take the mid face. They have got CTs en masse here to try and go into the retake here. Vinny will go falling first. The M4 of Jonji looks in for the second man, but he can't line up a second kill. Molotov's back. Jonji taking team damage from Dapper. He's on 35 points of HP. The plant will be secured. Bad News Bears. A man advantage for this retake.
Look at the player in the stairs area. Look at this from Art. I don't know he's here. Art could win this round.
No way. 1 versus 1 as the trades do come in from Dapper. Keserato standing by on the back of the site. 18 HP for Dapper. I don't know how they stuck their way behind that CT line, and Keserato will finish it up with a secondary frag. 4-1 on the board for Furia. And although it did get hairy and messy, I gotta look at the demos and see how Art snuck his way into that position. Like, that was madness.
That was, again, such a unique round from Furia. They pretty much just dry run the A bomb site. Bad News Bears have such a heavy mid setup. They're running 3 players out mid. Dapper as well is pulled over from the A bomb site. And Furia pretty much run into a completely open A bomb site. Wow. The aggression is only going to continue. Oh my goodness.
Sit down, Mitch. Sit down. Jonji as well while you're at it. Oh, Vinny. Dazzle will get one trade out towards mid, but that's most of the CTs just stacking their way in case Serato's going to go for another good headshot. Dapper's got no chance. Oh, man. Vinny, that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. 5-1 for Furia. And Bad News Bears back on the rifles, at least for their max loss bonus round, but it's not been the best of maps from them here, like, to say the least. Like, there's a lot of adjustment and work that needs to be done for this CT half to pick itself back up and bring it within as close as they did over on Inferno. Furia have just dominated the way to start of the T side.
It looks like they just want to keep the aggression. This is a Rush B setup coming out from Furia. The aggression just does not stop. And Bad News Bears, they need to try and be able to hold on to the flashbangs coming out. Art's already got the information of exactly where Mitch is, taking down one of the B defenders, and it's all down to Jonji. He's got so much to do. The rotates are coming in, but he's all alone. I think he's got the information of the market player as well. Jonji's spamming through the bench position. PTR as well, trying to back him up with the NWP.
Sees the shoulder of Vinny and does take him down, but Henny can respond with his own AWP kill on towards Dapper here. Sprays blind against Jonji. Art will eventually finish off the job he started. PTR will get a trade back on Yuri though. The plant can be secured. Be 2 players coming in from either entrance to the site, from Market and Short. Henny been watching out from that short position in case Dazzle makes his way up the smoke dead to cover off the corner. But Dazzle will go falling, and Art goes for the knife. How is he allowed to get that far behind them? That's the second time he's found a flank on the CT side in the last couple rounds.
I tell you what, if you want to get tilted, you want to try and face a team like Furia. They've literally rushed A or B 6 rounds in a row now. Like, they've literally just rushed everywhere. And Bad News Bears have not been able to get a grasp at all on the city side. We see PTR scoped in with the AWP, and Art is just able to find the knife kill. He does say sorry in the chat, so at least there's a little bit there.
So I can't see that, so that's a little bit of a missed little bit of banter. Dapper's not going to respond with banter, though. I think he's been a little bit frustrated. A couple picks going for the CT pistols, though. Hold the phone, hold the phone. 4-on-3 situation, and a rifle has been picked up by Mitch. Furia might be challenged a bit more here. I guess their recklessness night finally got the better of them here on the T side.
Yeah, maybe Furia might just have a few rounds in this first half where they just try and slow it down a little bit, because Bad News Bears, with the aggression coming out on the T side, have actually been able to win out some good gunfights. 4v3. Mitch with the AK as well. And they're just looking for information. Furia grouping up, looking to head towards a B split. And 2 players to deal with, and it's the AK on that B bomb site.
Oh, Ooh, PTR winning out another kill with the P250. Molotov in, Vinny actually Molotoving out the entrance to the balcony. 2 players on this CT side as Mitch gets 1 pick, and it's all left to Henny as the last man with the AWP. Back behind the corner, eventually Mitch will take him down with a secondary kill and a second on the board for the Bad News Bears. The AWPs will get picked up. And there you go. FURIA, a bit overzealous in that round, finally getting smacked back by the BNB squad. The AKs and AWP will get brought back in for the T side. They've got plenty of money, so they can afford another couple of rounds on the trot.
And I almost have just this gut feeling that FURIA are just going to run out from mid. I just don't see the aggression stopping, even if Bad News Bears are able to win out a few rounds. It's just classic FURIA, what we can expect from them. And look at Bad News Bears, no one through mid.
Yeah, no chance whatsoever. And you can see what FURIA have done with that, just flooding in 4 players for the setup. They've got options now. And I mean, it's understandable because Bad News Bears have lost mid picks so many times in that sniper nest position. And follow-ups have always come through from FURIA on pistols and rifles, in anti-ecos as well.
2 players in window room as well for the T side.
The flanks are all up and down for FURIA. They might press on towards A. They could actually wrap around from Market. Is anyone watching this? Well, Dazzle will be, and he'll get himself 2 kills for it. Art and Vinny walking into this dark position, and he goes down. Yuri will try for the trade. The AWP of Henny is hoping for something. Dazzle will get traded, and the AWP will look on towards short, but it's mostly going to rest on Dapper here to the bomb site. 8 points of HP. Gates Art moves in, takes him down 3 on 2. AWP takes it to all 1, and Henny does have the bomb on his back. He could find Mitch and make his way in towards B. The rotations have been pulled for Bad News Bears, but it will be a 1 versus 3 clutch for him if he wins this round for FURIA.
I'm going to plant for the short position. It looks like for Bad News Bears, they've both been coming out from the market area. PTR with the AWP, forcing Henny back. Henny going to reposition to bench.
Can he find the clutch? Spotted out by John G on the cross here. The AWP PTR, spotting him, getting a wall bang in. 64-58, burning alive with the Molotov. And the P250 will get another kill for PTR. The defuse will come through. And this time, FURIA probably could have done a bit more to get those frags, you know, like the mid-facing was all great and all, and Bad News Bears with their passive positions, like we talked a lot about how that mid-control was going to be a crucial loss for them. In the end, the passiveness actually worked pretty well for the CT side.
It was a bit unfortunate for FURIA, actually, that none of them were able to trade out Dazzle in the under-balcony position. So we saw 2 players making their way into window room, and both of them fell to Dazzle. So if they would have got that opening kill onto Dazzle, that would have probably forced PTR a bit deeper in CT spawn and left Dapper alone at the A-bomb site. So because Dazzle's actually able to get 2 kills at the A-bomb site, it actually allows Bad News Bears to continue an aggressive setup at the A-bomb site. And FURIA, their first pause of this second map. I mean, at least for them, with getting that 6-round win streak, they were able to build up the economy, but you don't want to keep losing rounds to Bad News Bears.
Yeah, I mean, the economy will get them in for a good couple of buys, but ideally they want to shut this down relatively soon. I've done damage to the CT side, you know, only usually a couple of players coming out of these rounds, but the double orbs are in play, and this could be a great little round to try and take them apart. The jump in from Art. Out to mid, Dazzle will get a lot of tag damage, but he is the casualty of that duel. A 5-on-4 situation that favors, of course, this T-side line. And PTR watching in, does connect towards Vinny. That's a 4-on-4 situation. Making it 4-on-3 now as Bad News Bears maintain the control above the FURIA side. Henry might be allowed to trade, indeed he does. So Queserato got Dapper and PTR to deal with though, and Mitch getting aggressive in the apartments will realise that it's definitely not a B play. That missed Molotov though might force some mispositioning on FURIA's side.
Dapper's got the potential of denying this bomb. Yuri just on the other side, Dapper. It just comes down to timing on the peak coming out for FURIA. Yuri, does he expect this close position? Dapper's going to be able to win out the fight. He needs to get the quick trade. FURIA still in a 2 versus 2, but they've got bomb control on the CT side.
Yeah, Dapper knows what's going on. PTR could theoretically peek in and get the cross lot. Queserato going to try and force this issue. The Molotov's in to force him out the corner. PTR is going to leave CT spawn undefended and uncovered by the CT side. Queserato is still suspecting the Dapper's around there. He's on low HP, so if that nade doesn't kill him off, then at this point it should be safe enough to go ahead and grab this bomb. But a safe plant is the best call for them at the moment. They've got the jungle and connector positions on lock. The M4 bursting in from Dapper, spotting out the AWP, taking Henny down. It's all going to be left to K Serato here. Back up over to Default Molotov's 18 HP, leg down against the trades! And the spray transfer from one to the other. FURIA getting away with a 7th. K Serato getting away with a 7th.
Oh my goodness, what a round coming out from K Serato, and FURIA really brought that back. I was a bit surprised actually to see that Adapper and PTR completely changed up their positions, and instead of playing towards CT and ramp, they actually rotate into that jungle and con area. And the damage is massive from the utility onto the planter of K Serato, but in the end, 1 versus 2 coming out, and for Bad News Bears, their second timeout. No, sorry, actually, this is a timeout for FURIA. I thought it was the other way.
No. It's a T-side tactical. FURIA will take the moments of a moment's respite here, probably to keep themselves cool at this point. You know, they have let themselves get quite overzealous, which has allowed these few rounds to come in for Bad News Bears. So now that they've got a great clutch to turn it back to their favor, they want to try and find the momentum swing, and the best way to do that is playing their standard style. Not getting over-aggressive, not getting overzealous, and thinking they can just peek in and get those easy frags. It's not quite as simple as they would have thought. Liquid made that mistake a couple days ago. It's FURIA play out to the mid default. Not quite as mid-heavy this time. Only Art facing in from the stack. The nades out towards the apartments as FURIA look to exit very quickly to the bomb site. PTR gets that first kill on Vinny. Mitch will go falling, but John G into the smoke gets K Serato back for a 2-for-1 all in all. Smokes go down towards Cross. Art's going to cross back in, drop into the bomb site. Check out the likes of PTR doing a lot of damage. Henny gets Dapper in the back lines. PTR and John G also quick to fall, so it's all left to Dazzle. In market, 1-on-3 situation. Spotting out Art, not quite. He'll take the fight against Yuri, and Henny's ready to try and take it back from him. Indeed, he gets that kill for an 8th on the board for FURIA, taking the T-side half. Their second opening half victory so far in this series.
That is, again, unbelievable. So FURIA are in a man disadvantage. They're in a 3-on-4, and they actually smoke the cross, and Art just decides to fly out through short, and FURIA find all the opening kills at the B bomb site. And Bad News Bears, it is so difficult to play a team like FURIA on a map like Mirage. They've just got everything on lock. 8-3, Bad News Bears on the eco round, and it's out through mid yet again.
Taps in from the PT50 PTR. Art will get the first kill on Dapper, though. Does get tagged pretty low, so once again these pistols will step up to the plate for the CTs. Unable to get the kills, and the man advantage will sit to the favor of the FURIA squad for the moment. And I don't think the chances of Bad News Bears getting much out of this round, despite getting the damage, is still very high. Vinny. AK in towards the ladder. Mitch in the corner, but not checking around all the way. He'll get taken out by Art as John G falls, and B site is open. The bomb can make its way in here. FURIA just left to sit pretty for a moment. Okay, Serato just playing his lurk play as usual. FURIA should be in with the 9th, regardless of how much Bad News Bears can do from this position.
It's unbelievable to think as well how quickly FURIA can change their playstyle. We saw the aggressive face coming out to mid for 2 players from FURIA, and then there's just a lot of lurking. There's a lot of passive angles being held. They're waiting for the city side to walk into their crosshairs, and for most of this first half, we've seen raw aggression from the Brazilians, but once they face off against the eco, it's just a lot more passive.
Eventually Dazzle goes down as the only casualty is Vinny over on that T-side line. FURIA 9-3, and Bad News Bears will take their tactical timeout here. I mean, they could still work with a 9-6 end of the half on the CT side. You know, Mirage isn't that CT sort of sided. We could see an option or two available for this squad, but it all comes down mostly to if they can find these next few rounds. If they can find 3 more, I think it'll be a successfully recovered half more than anything else here, Dweg. FURIA most certainly have run away with their T-side, though, and they're still on track to run away with this map, most importantly, for Bad News Bears. Obviously, that might mean decimation here in their second best of 3 of the tournament. We'll see the rifles coming in for round 13. They can afford them. No spared for Masters or SMGs. Could spare some utility, though. PTR with a single flashbang, in fact, with the AWP. Most players on 3 sets as well. Of course, Furia's economy is built like a tank, so they can afford everything that they want to. And they'll once again play this split in from the apartments, the mid control as well. A little bit of ramp possession from Queserato. Might be looking for some aggression from the Bad News Bears. They might not need to face aggression when they can face Missed Utility instead. Yuri getting PTR. Mitch will turn around back towards Art. A 4-on-4 situation. Bad News Bears will get the trades, and Dapper actually gets the man advantage.
Yeah, Bad News Bears finally put themselves in a strong position. A 4v3 in their advantage. Still quite a bit of util for the city side to work with. And Furia, again, going back to the basics. Going back to what works for them. With about a minute 15 left on the clock, they're going out through mid. Now, Bad News Bears, what I want to see from them, Jay, is to play really passive now. Because what Furia are looking for is just these 1v1 aim duels that they've been able to win consistently.
Map control to work with here in the mid position. They do have to take out Jonji in the ladder room. Actually, he's not facing in from the sniper's nest. I thought he was. Keep his eyes on short. The short face potentially from Queserato. 40 seconds to the clock, and they've got to pick a bomb site to go to here. Looks like it might be a split in towards B. Queserato catching off Jonji. Not a single lick of damage done towards him. One man in the backside. The flashes do go over, and Queserato will burn, but we get a second kill. Yuri catching Dazzle on the rotation, and Dapper is left alone. Coordinated, communicated, and efficient from Furia to storm the B bomb site and leave an impossible situation for Dapper to win. He'll swing, and Queserato will finish the job.
Oh my goodness. To think this is... So, Bad News Bears have won 3 rounds in the first half, but I want to kind of say that they could have maybe added 2 or 3 rounds because there was so many times where there was roughly a minute left on the clock, Jay, and they had some sort of man advantage, whether it was a 3 versus 2 or a 4 versus 3. But Furia, they just somehow, the synchronization, they bring the man advantages, man disadvantages back in their favor.
Ooh, damage. Surely not an eco victory here for Bad News Bears. The P250 and Nays have taken out Art. Vinny on 30 HP, getting tapped up the AK spray. Jonji will catch off another kill. And Dazzle finds Queserato over on Palace. How on God's green earth have they managed to turn this around? 4-on-1 situation for the CTs on an eco buy, a half buy. The scout looking for the headshot will tag Henny for 8. This has been a disaster round from Furia.
Oh, what a fantastic round for the Bad News Bears. They aggress up through mid, and it looked like Furia were almost ready for it, Jay. They were ready for the aggression, but Bad News Bears won out some really nice fights. 2 kills going their way towards mid, and then Jonji finds a pick over to the A-bomb site. And Furia, it's all down to Henny trying to hold on to this AWP. Now, for Bad News Bears, they might... I'm just trying to think. It's probably better for them, considering how much money there is on the Furia side, that they don't need to hunt. Because let's just say 2 players go down. That's 2 lost AKs on the CT side. They've recovered 4 at the moment. And even if they take Henny down, he's going to get an AWP in the next round anyway.
Still going to press the issue, though. They're going to find that
I'm
bomb.
surprised about this, yeah.
And Henny, he gets a deagle down on 1 player, but PTR will take 1 out, so... They grab the AWP instead, opting not to go for the AK-47. I thought that PTR could have afforded it, so, you know, better to get the firepower out. And for Furia, don't have to worry about saving that weapon at all. They have plenty of money. They can afford another AWP. Art will buy it down. The AK is in full set utility. With head Kevlar will come in for the rest of the T-side forces. They are in a very good spot right now, Furia. Still on for 11-4 at the turn of the half here, Dwagan. They'll play the standard defaults coming in for this one. The Bad News Bears have picked up the pace in the last few rounds, but Furia still maintain a stomping lead above them here.
Art with the AWP. Double AWPs on the T side, actually. Bit of an interesting change-up for Furia. We've seen the double AWPs on CT, but never before on T.
And they wanted to try to get opening picks towards the apartments and in mid position, because you can see that's where they're based. Very aggressive from Art in the last couple of rounds. They'll grab that bomb and fall out with the rest of the T-side forces. They could have afforded another AK, so you might just go for that. No, continuing with the AWP towards the A-bomb site. All right. Established mid-control again from Furious. They could split their way in. You can see the smoke still available for Bad News Bears, though. 1 left as PTR uses his to block off the connector position. That won't stop the T's from progressing. Henny still leaving that AK-47. And 45 seconds on the clock here for the T side. FURIA moving into position. K Serato with the AK. Right around the corner, incendiaries are up. PTR with the AWP standing by. The flashbang's going over, and he tries to hold off for a little bit of time. Jonji now sling in from the jungle area. Gets himself 2 good frags on Vinny and Yuri. Henny will also go falling. 2 players line up for K Serato for 2 frags. And Art still standing with the AWP in the back lines. 18 seconds. They need to get the bomb to the site right now. They have to deal with a CT spawn player, and particularly the AWP. And Art will find him. We're back to 2-on-2.
Oh, and Art trying to look into that jungle area where Jonji is. The swing is going to come up. The K Serato, he's the player with the high HP. Art going to fall back into the ramp position and could get an opportunity here. Jonji low. Follow up HE. That's going to force K Serato into the open. No, it doesn't. The molly actually goes behind him and doesn't force him out in the default position.
They move in. Mitch checking out the ramp area. K Serato gets 3. Looking for Mitch on the tap. The spray is good for Mitch instead, though, as he gets his double kill, gets the defuse, and gets 5 for Bad News Bears. Another 10-5 half for FURIA, though. Still looking in a good spot. We'll go to a short break and find out whether they can make this 2-0 happen. They did it in the last map. Let's see if it will happen here.
Never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hearing none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got him coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls, and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move. 3, 2, bringing summer to you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round. Yo, hold up. Let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love you. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats on stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
bringing summer to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll.
Well, bad news bears, not quite a worst case scenario, but they are very close to it. FURIA were able to win Inferno on 10-5, and bad news bears brought their comeback going into the T side, though I don't know if they're going to be able to replicate the same performance. K Serato taking contact. He tried to clutch at the end of the last round. CT's getting aggressive towards underpass. He's got headshots to find here, plenty of them. He wrapped back out of the apartments, gets John G down. Dazzle will fall. Art getting headshots of his own right. Dapper next out to go down to the T side. A 5-on-2 situation. CT's are back up on the way. PTR's going to go dropping. Art might even look for Mitch, as Mitch is held back, cut off between the crossfire. The bomb is in full CT control. This is an easy pistol to win for the FURIA CT side.
See, FURIA can give the aggression, but Bad News Bears can't. What a shutdown coming out from FURIA. Bad News Bears trying to go straight into that B bomb side, and that was shut down incredibly quickly, especially when you've got K Serato that is currently sitting 21-7. That's just unreal. Literally unreal.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that you always expected to perform for FURIA. I mean, not always in terms of like having every single sort of like, you know, matchup be like great from him, but you know, if he gets numbers like this, it's not surprising for me. You know, you got several multi-frag rounds in the first half. That last one was a 2K. Zuri taking early contact for this round as he looks in over the ramp position and spots out Dapper on the early part of this one. Taps up from him, looks on towards Henny, but is unable to get the frag for it. Zuri backed up with the UMP and on towards the ramp position. Just continue to contest here, but not a whole lot of face coming in from the T side.
Yeah, Bad News Bears, just... Yeah, you can't expect them to find too much in this round. It's a very light investment of some upgraded P250s. And FURIA. I love the way that the Art as well has just gone for a P250 to try and get him an AWP in the next round. He just knows that he's like, yeah, look, I might be able to get a kill or two, but my teammates are going to do most of the job.
Vinny, kill up with the M4. John G turns around, a decent kill for the Bad News Bears side, but Henny and Yuri are still standing by in their common positions. The UMP spray does get caught off. They're not expecting the M4 here on top of Ticket Booth, and Yuri gets Dazzle in the balance position. The USP finishing off John G PTR with the bomb on his back, caught out in the murder hole. K Serato with a great flick back towards the head. And a 12th for the FURIA side as they keep this whole thing rolling. It was an eco for BNB though, so we can see the AKs come out. No AWP potential, but that probably is fine for the first rifle of the half.
Yeah, and the AWP has been chucked over to Henny for the CT side at least. 7 rounds the difference now, and you'd have to think, Jay, that this round could be the most important round of the game for Bad News Bears to allow the comeback to come through on this second half.
Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% right on that front. You know, it's got to come in now or never. I feel like, you know,
yeah.
It was in the second half of the last map where they were able to get, you know, close with the pistol round, and in this rifle they get ripped apart on short. Vinny taking out John G and Dazzle, and again FURIA just shutting down Bad News Bears as they have done so far throughout the course of this map and in this series in several cases. And, you know, Bad News Bears winning that pistol in the last map gave them a serious leg up to give them a way in on that second half. Dapper will still hold control, though. Vinny falling. A flash in from Yuri takes out one. Henny strikes with the AWP on the CT stairs. Bomb in CT control as well. And Dapper in a 1-on-3 situation.
And we've seen what Dapper's been able to do in the past, but already he's been tagged down to 32 points of health. And, ooh, okay. Nice pick being found onto Henny, but he's so low. Yuri going to drop down, and Dapper's just going to try and push through the smoke. He gets taken out. 13-5. Bad News Bears. Do they force the issue? I'd like to see maybe just a half buy here. Yes, you do give FURIA 14, but you have to think the rifle rounds has to be their biggest chance of a success.
A half buy for Bad News Bears. They can't stop the FURIA right here. Their next rifle is going to be their best shot to stop a match point coming in from the CT forces. And I'll play 4 players in towards this B-bomb site execution. They've got flashbangs and smokes for this, so it could still work out. First smoke already being used, and K Serato just sprays through. Gets another kill for his kill count. Flashes over from the T side, Nays to respond from the CT forces. They let one player across, Vinny will take him down. K Serato's focusing up. Dapper gets one pick, but K Serato's on the back of the bomb site. P250 up to try and take him down. He actually does end up falling, so that's an M4 to get picked up, but look at how many CTs are already here. Fake bomb plant. Art will get forced round towards the default position, but he's still 180s against Dapper. Drops that bomb. M4 a PTR. Also does a little bit of damage, so an unexpected round for the Furious side, but not one the Bad News Bears can win. Orp and M4 stays in. AK gets recovered. And one final buy for the BNB side.
This really is. Could be the last buy, Jay. 9 rounds the difference. FURIA, they're really just not even giving an inch to Bad News Bears in this second half. After we saw such a great T side from FURIA, it's now 4 rounds in a row on the CT side. AWP being brought up for PTR. Mid control looked to be taken by the Bad News Bears, and it's quite aggressive into the short position, something that Art was doing quite a lot in the first half, but Vinny shuts it down extremely quickly.
Jonji dead. Footstep made by Dapper that gives him up towards Yuri. Gets him in the midst of the smoke. Art does go falling for one good frag. PTR gets a Yuri as well. Mid-aggression from the CT side. A bit uncalled for more than anything else, I feel like, for FURIA. They actually lose to a 3-on-3 situation, and Vinny will take us back to a man advantage, but could have been very different as Henny follows suit on towards Mitch. PTR, lone man left in connector. Will jump face up towards the sniper's nest, and Vinny is ready for that with his 3rd frag of the round and a match point round for FURIA. I have a feeling this might be over here, Dweg. 10 match points for the CTs to work with, and Bad News Bears, unfortunately, have been unable to contest in this T-side half.
The double orbs coming out. FURIA have to deal with a bit of a broken buy, really, for Bad News Bears. A couple of Galils, AKs, and a MAC-10 to work with. But I think that their light might have just been turned off. FURIA, this has just been such a phenomenal performance from them. It is really impeccable. And to think that this is now going to be 9 map wins in a row on Mirage in the last 6 weeks alone.
Mitch against Art takes him down. Vinny takes some damage back for the Furious side. A secondary frag for Serato gets the trades in. The MAC-10 from Dapper will find a frag and continue the man advantage for Bad News Bears. This is good news for the T side, certainly against the nature of their name. "55 seconds to the clock as John G does find an overwhelmer to the B-bomb site. So the pick's actually going better for BNB this time, and the plant will be secured with very little chance for the return from FURIA. They'll save their weapons, and that was much better, I feel like, from the Ts.
What I love as well is, even in this position from Bad News Bears, they have to realize they're just getting overwhelmed in most of these rounds on Mirage, that they actually leave a lurker of Mitch. A lot of the time, when you feel like things aren't going your way on the T side and you're losing control, you might want to try and all play together as a unit and try and use that brute force approach. But I like the way that even with this deficit coming out, they leave Mitch to lurk around that jungle area to try and cut off the rotations if FURIA end up rotating into the B bomb site to try and retake. So just a few sort of little elements that you can take from this BNB lineup, because they're a very exciting lineup to watch, but it's just FURIA just outplaying them.
We're still on match point for the CT Force. Bad News Bears, of course, have set themselves up for the comeback, just like they did over on Inferno. Still a ways to go before they pull it back, however. Dweg, the question is, will it be plausible? I'll give it a few more rounds before I think it is actually possible at this stage, because, you know, it's still a very, very, very hard scoreline to come back from. John G starting things off with the opening kills pretty well so far, though. Takes out the likes of Art. Henny can respond with the AWP pick on Connector, and Bad News Bears, fast playing towards the A bomb site, have baited the CTs to leave it alone. Nade back. A lot of damage done towards Henny. The Molotov also should force him out and further away. Smoke down towards Connector should allow a bomb plot to come in safe.
FURIA set to retake the A bomb site. Only a single player at the moment coming in from the CT position, and that is Serato. The bomb's still not yet planted. BNB taking their time and getting the bomb down.
Follow-up nade from Mitch. This could take Vinny. Ooh, yes it does. Thought that spray through the smoke got it, but no, it was the nade. Man advantage for Bad News Bears this time. FURIA gonna actually go for the retake as well, and Mitch will double up. Serato going falling. Yuri tapping his way through, and Mitch gets a triple kill. Henny left alone with the AWP. We'll try to look for an exit frag, but he's a known entity to the T side now. He'll reface, and that will allow Mitch a 4K. The CT is kind of just all faced one by one, and Mitch finding the angle every single time. No idea where to expect him from, and a beautiful round from the rifleman of Bad News Bears.
And there we are. We're finally starting to see some strong rounds coming out from the BNB side. 2 rounds in a row for them. And you know what, Jay? It's been a while since we've probably seen an eco round from FURIA.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, I was like, this is a very, very confusing sight. It's actually a force buy from FURIA, because they still got a scout in from here.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
You know, Kevlar and 3 other players. But it should be the same result nonetheless by comparison to an eco here. The pistols facing up, the rifles getting the early damage. A first pick for John G against Vinny in the underpass area. The scout out from Henny. Oh, does damage towards Dapper. So that's something. A secondary shot gets a kill. 4 versus 3 situation to the favour of Bad News Bears.
And it looks like they are going to head over to the B bomb site. Still have quite a fair bit of utility on Dazzle and PTR. And for FURIA, holding on to that M4, they might just opt to go for the save. So this really should be an 8th round for the T side. Making sure that they're clearing out the B bomb site so there's no icky angles from the CTs being held.
Oh, good kill from Henny. Dazzle down. Serato will look for the exit frags. Will they escape from market? It seems like they will. They've got plenty of HP, so they can go ahead and do this. Actually, a secondary kill coming in from Yuri as well, so a lot of damage being sustained by the Bad News Bears. It would mean a lot more if the economy was weakened, but the money line is currently sitting pretty for the BNB side. 3 rounds in a row, and things are looking up for this squad. Will FURIA go for a force around the AK and the M4? The scout will probably be left in play for Henny. Vinny and Art can only afford SMGs here, and even after the utility and Kevlar buy. So it's just going to be a half buy around these weapons. They can afford a full set of rifles in the next one. And just like how we saw things go down for Bad News Bears after FURIA hit map point over on Inferno, it'll start to go a little bit better for them here on the second half of Mirage. But again, a long way to go. Still 7 rounds in a row for Bad News Bears if they want to try and bring us to OT.
Well, that's the difficult thing, is that it's just such a long road ahead to even think about that prospect. BNB, very passive out on the T side. We've actually seen a little bit of aggression coming out from Yuri towards mid. But for FURIA, other than the mid aggression, it's pretty passive over at the A and B bomb side.
Yuri gets himself a pick on John G. Flash over towards underpass. Going to check out against Mitch here. Ready for the peak. He gets the crag of his own right. A connected play from Art will not be able to get to the kill. He's going to be facing in against Dapper's back turn for a moment, but Dapper's not able to capitalize on that position. Meanwhile, the boost up Serato will see Dapper on the short position. He doesn't take his shot. In the end, he does, and gets the man advantage of FURIA. Bad News Bear starting to lose a little bit of control. The flashbang's also awkward from Mitch in the apartments. We're in 4 versus 3. Still a little under 40 seconds to go to the clock, and the defensive is set up. Serato with the AK looking onto the window. Flashes go over. Vinny may even take a bit of an aggressive face here, and they're running out of time to make this work here. Bad News Bears, Molotov and Smoke. Dazzle will be tagged up extremely low and taken out towards the short play. PTR and Mitch still hesitating for moments here. They've got so much control on this CT side. Serato spots out Mitch. PTR's last man standing, and Serato will get a 3K to close out the map up here for FURIA. 16-8, and a dominant performance all in all in the series.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm actually quite impressed there from Bad News Bears, considering the fact that we saw them take Liquid to 3 maps only a few days ago, and they show a pretty impressive showing on Mirage, FURIA's best map. 16-12 FURIA take map number 1 on Inferno, and then 16-8 on Mirage. All in all, that was a comfortable victory coming out for FURIA across the 2 maps.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't have gotten more comfortable, I think, all in all. You know, like, Bad News Bears put up a bit of a fight at certain points, but at the end of the day, they still had themselves in a very good spot, you know, on the FURIA side. A lot of dominant scorelines to start things off, most importantly. So, yeah, you know, again, as you say, a very dominant series there, and an expected result as well for FURIA. I don't think a whole lot of people had them pinned to take full control over on the Bad News Bears side. So the fact that they even fought very well on the first map is a testament to how good they could have been.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the biggest things for BNB is that the Dazzle didn't really get to shine today. We saw him go -17 in this best of 3J, and him and PTR were the main carries in that Liquid game.
Well, unfortunate results for Bad News Bears. Couldn't quite come close to the upset, even though the potential was still there, and they will be down 2-0 as a result in their group stage. For FURIA, though, in celebrations all around as they can go up 2-0 and join the likes of potentially MIBR or Liquid, who are currently battling to also remain undefeated in their group stage action. But that's all going on in the mainstream. Here for the C stream, we are all done for the night. So a big thank you to all of you who have been watching. We hope you have enjoyed. And of course, make sure you're tuning in very soon for even more of the action coming up. We've got plenty from the road to Rio over the next couple of weeks. So very exciting times in the Counter-Strike world, Blake.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are so many more games to go and so many more regions as well. So look, we will be finishing up for tonight, but we will see you again very soon.
Indeed, we will. I've been the Eternal J. This has been Dwayne, my co-commentator, and from all of us here at Behind the Scenes in ESL, we want to thank you very much for joining us once again, and we'll see you back here on all of our channels for even more of the road to Rio.
Son intelligence de jeu, même quand il avait 6-7 ans, c'était assez incroyable.
Donc au début, on était meilleur que lui.
Je pense c'est à partir de ses 14 ou 15 ans qu'il a commencé à être meilleur.
Au début, quand il perdait, c'était un très mauvais perdant. Hein.
Oui, je me souviens très bien qu'il cassait beaucoup de souris.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Last year, we took 2 lucky winners on a trip to Berlin and gave them the experience of a lifetime. This year, we can take you for a trip to Rio. Take part in a series of GG.bet contests for a chance to win awesome prizes and a trip to Rio. See details on the website.
But you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road, and you won't even get it. Been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road. Look into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time. And the towers looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Look into my past and I count the numbers of the dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. I'll take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sun.